Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
Well, you can be if you give us a call at 434-394-0924. That's the number for the Call Flow Radio Show. Good morning. I'm Chris Wood, and joining me is the wonderful Noah Messarge.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
Well, you're very welcome.
Quite amazing intro.
Yes, well, you deserve it.
Stellar.
Yeah, stellar. Well, you moved.
Oh no, I mean just a little.
Well, yeah,
a little bit.
How long does it take you to get to work?
It's like it's almost just right an hour. Yeah, I had to move Katie. Obviously switched jobs.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't be obvious. I don't think. Anyways, yeah. She got a job working at her old office. That she used to work when she was an assistant. So she's working there now, and just to be a little bit closer to her work. So we moved a little bit closer.
Now,
that
West
ways.
Franklin Street, is that in the fan district?
Close
to it?
Yeah.
So you've got a house or an apartment?
It's an apartment.
Oh,
It's one of those old buildings,
I know.
I think I have a thing with moving into old buildings that may or may not be haunted. Because I moved into the Worsham Lofts, which was like an old schoolhouse, and at night you would just hear creaking, like the floor would just, it was kind of spooky, very, and this building also very haunted potentially. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So
but really?
Yeah. Well, it used to be an old hospital, so right? Just you already got the shivers.
Well, what kind of a hospital? Hospital?
It was for I think it was for it was a mansion, and then it turned into a hospital during the Civil War because there's so many people getting injured.
So there's some history there.
Yeah, definitely some history. So at one point it was like a mansion, and I think a president stayed there. James Madison. I think it was James Madison. I think just for probably just to drop in, drop out. I doubt he stayed there long, but yeah. So
that's good.
Hospitals. Yeah. Schools, that's
right.
I like the weird kind of creepy buildings.
Did you take your painting with you?
I did. I took my shaman painting. I don't know if that's doing me good or bad. It could, or both.
Okay. So. All right. Well, we do have a caller, so we'll say good morning. You're on the Call Flow Show.
Good morning to you folks.
All right. How are you, Henry?
All right. I'm glad to hear that topic because I have a story about an old log cabin in a deserted part of I believe, Amelia County. Mm-hmm. But I'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
If I don't forget it.
I'll remind you.
Okay. My car, this is what a guy told me. He said, my car is having gas pains because gas is $6.50 a gallon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I did the other day meet some special folks. I met the Apple sisters, Corey and Ceedie. Now, they both had appeal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they were kicked out of the military because they were rotten to the core.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, you gotcha. Okay. I have a friend named Arthur, and he wrote me the other day, and he said he'd gotten a new pen, and obviously that helps arthritis.
All right. Mm-hmm.
I went to buy a battery, and at the store went to buy, and the battery was dead. In other words, I didn't have to pay for it; it was free of charge.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for laughing, Chris.
Well, they're just such great
silly little, yeah.
Henryisms.
Yeah.
I once was given an award for beautifying the area that we lived in. We moved away.
I figured that was coming.
Yeah. I really missed y'all, but I always was if I was a shot.
Okay.
Fella went home one day, and his wife said, "Call the creamery. I want to take a milk bath
Mm-hmm.
for my complexion." And so he called the creamery and ordered 30 gallons of milk to be delivered. And his wife was going to take a bath in it for her complexion. And the fellow at the creamery said, "Do you want the milk pasteurized?" He said, "No, just past her knees."
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. He wrote on the statue because he said it was stationary.
Okay.
In a way it was, huh?
In a way it was, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. You're talking about those. Oh, and by the way, I've been in that the building. It used to be a hospital and a jail. I believe I didn't catch everything he said, but I believe it's in. Is it in Amelia?
No, no, it's in Richmond.
In Richmond.
It's where?
In Richmond.
Richmond. Okay, I couldn't remember the location of it.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, we all know Bill Polston.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Bill was one of our great sponsors for years on Flow. And I think he's kind of semi-retired now, but he was a local history buff. He loved local history. And somebody told him about some log cabin that used to be in this pine forest, and I believe it was in Amelia. And so he decided that he would go and do a search, see if he could find that old log cabin. And so he went to Amelia, parked his car on the main highway, and got out and walked into this wooded area of some 300 to 400 acres. And so he crisscrossed it back and forth, trying to find signs of an old cabin. And finally, about 3:30 in the afternoon, he found this old cabin that had fallen in. And so he poked around in the ruins and so forth for a while, and he suddenly looked and he saw it was getting dark. So Bill Polston said, "I've got to get out of here. I'm not even sure which way I go to get to the highway. I've been in so many different directions, and I know the road must be at least a mile away." And so he was trying to figure out which direction to go in. And he looked, and the land was posted. But he looked and he saw a lady on a horse. And as he looked at her, she was only about 15 or 20 feet from him, and in this thickets. And she turned the horse around and started in a direction, and he figured she's probably the landowner and is getting me off of the property. So he followed her, this lady on a horse. And after about 3/4 of a mile or a mile, he began to hear in the distance tractor trailers running up on the highway, and on the same highway where he had left his car. So Bill walked up. He was going to tell the lady on the horse that I hope it, she didn't mind him walking on her property. And so he started to speak to her, and suddenly there was nobody there, no horse, and no person. And Bill wouldn't tell that story for, I don't know, a couple of years. And I was talking to him one day, and he said everybody would think he was crazy or something. So he hadn't told it. But how about that for an experience, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty cool.
Can you tell us that again during Halloween, like Halloween season, Henry? That was great. That was great.
Yeah. Well, they are too young to be weaned.
Ah. Very nice.
All right.
But anyway, thank you,
Okay.
folks. If anybody would like to talk to me, you'd give me a call, 394. Nope, that's your number. My number is 414 0096.
That's right.
And I'd love to hear from you, and I hope to talk to you folks again on Monday.
That sounds great, Henry. You have a nice weekend, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Y'all too.
Take care. Bless you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, Henry.
Henry Folger. Now, that was a fun little, almost borderline spooky story.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever run across anything like that?
No. I can't say that I have, Chris. I mean, I used to venture in the woods a lot as a kid, just poke around in the woods, and heard some weird noises, but that's just the woods.
Yeah.
That's just the woods. So, but no, nothing quite like a mysterious lady on a horse. That's, I don't know, that's kind of spooky a little bit.
Yeah, but she showed him the way out.
Yeah, she did. She did. So it must have been a good...
And I know Bill Polston. Bill Polston, is not one to
make up tall tales
like that. So, yeah.
Wow.
It's a strange world we live in.
Strange story.
Yes, it is.
How about you, Chris? Have you ever had an experience somewhat like that to where there's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a couple of experiences like that. One was Izzy and I were in the woods. No, I guess it was maybe Coco. I can't remember now whether it was Izzy or Coco. Anyway, I had had the ATV with her. She was running and I was driving. But anyway, I looked out we were nearing our driveway, and I happened to look up. There was it was in the fall or in the winter or whatever. You had a pretty good view of the driveway going down to his parents' house. Anyway, there was this figure, like a druid type thing. He was in a hooded type thing with the long robe and everything.
That is. Ugh.
And what he was doing was he was moving up the driveway, but he wasn't walking. He was just kind of like he was floating.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yeah,
So-
that is spooky. That's...
Yeah, and so I said,
Rubbed your eyes
I rubbed
and-
my eyes
yeah.
and thinking, what in the world is that? So I took off on the ATV and got up onto the driveway, and it didn't take me more than just a minute, and he was gone. There was nothing there.
Yeah. Wow. Now that is, whoa. Were you like sleep deprived or anything?
No, I wasn't sleep deprived or anything.
Because
like that.
I've had experiences kind of like that where I've seen like literal, but then that happened maybe twice, and both times I was wildly sleep deprived. Don't ask me. This was a couple of years ago. I'm staying up doing some all nighters.
You were burning the candle. at both ends,
and it was like, what is it? And then I'm like rubbing my eyes, and I'm like, oh, it's always like something like a mailbox will do that to me too, which is not quite the same. But like in one glance, it'll look like a person with like very like detail, and then I'll like rub my eyes, and I'm like, oh, that's just a mailbox or whatever.
I do.
Yeah.
That's sometimes I'll go by a something that's in the distance, and it looks like an animal or something like that, and I go past it. It's a mailbox or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but yeah. I know Francis had an experience. He and Ben were out camping, and they, I don't know, they were somewhere. But anyway, this Civil War soldier just came out of nowhere and kind of, waved at him or whatever, then kind of disappeared.
Oh man.
So that was Francis.
I think it's all about finding the right
being at the
land.
right place.
Yeah. Like certain places do hold certain like weird
absolutely
things going on, so like finding that right kind of, I don't want to say haunted, but like, you know what I mean, like something happened.
Otherworldly.
Yeah, otherworldly pieces of land. So very interesting, Chris.
Well, has anybody out there had some experiences like that?
Love
if
to
you'd like
hear
to
'em.
share them, that we are here, 434-394-0924.
Yeah.
Well, let's check about on this date in history, 1974. Faced with the near certain prospect of impeachment for his role in the Watergate scandal, U.S. President Richard M. Nixon announced his resignation on this date in 1974 and was succeeded by Gerald Ford the following day.
I think that he's the only president that ever resigned like that under those circumstances,
I think so.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, which is like pretty rough. But I'm sure it happens more than more than not. Like things like Watergate.
Yeah, I remember that was when I first moved here in 1974.
Wow.
So I do remember that. In 2023, a series of wildfires engulfed parts of Maui Island, Hawaii. We all know about that. Causing serious damage and killing some 98 people, making it one of the world's deadliest wildfires on record. The year 2000, the wreckage of the Hunley, which was a Confederate submarine that was lost during the American Civil War, was raised from the ocean floor near Sullivan's Island, South Carolina. It was the first submarine to sink in 1864, an enemy ship, which was the Union sloop Housatonic. So, a little bit of history there. 1992, the U.S. men's Olympic basketball team, which had been dubbed the Dream Team because of an all-star roster of NBA players that included Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird, easily defeated Croatia to win the gold medal at the Barcelona games there. That was in 1992. And 1981, Roger Federer, who came to be regarded as one of tennis' greatest players, was born in Switzerland. That's his birthday today. In 1963, armed robbers stole 2.6 million lire from the Glasgow-London Royal Mail train near Bridigo Bridge, north of London, and in the Great Train Robbery. And, of course, I think they made a movie out of that. 1945, the United States, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and France signed the London Agreement, which authorized the Nuremberg trials, in which former Nazi leaders were indicted and tried as war criminals by the International Military Tribunal. 1907, jazz musician Benny Carter, an original and influential alto saxophonist who was also a masterly composer and arranger and an important band leader, trumpeter, and clarinetist, was born in New York City.
Wow.
Benny Carter. And let's see. We'll go one more here. 1901, American physicist Ernest Orlando Lawrence, winner of the 1939 Nobel Peace Prize for Physics for his invention of the cyclotron, the first particle accelerator to achieve high energies, was born in Canton, South Dakota.
Wow. Wow, today is a busy day in history. Boy,
It
oh boy.
is. All
Greg,
right.
well, speaking of that tennis player, Chris, do you have a favorite tennis player?
Rafael Nadal
Okay.
is one of my favorites. Of course, Roger was one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
But I grew up in that particular era. Andre Agassi was another one that I used to watch a lot.
That's cool.
So
Nice.
yeah, all those. Then we've got some up and coming great tennis players from America, also, and it's so different now
Yeah.
because before it was just the playing the tennis and if a guy or a lady hit a serve that was 87 or 88 miles back then, that was considered really a good thing.
Yeah.
It was uncommon. Now they're hitting them at 150 miles per hour.
Man, they're just getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah. So it's become more of a science than it is basically with the sport.
Sure.
Just like in car racing or stuff like that. They use computers now to analyze a person's serve or analyze a person's backhand or this type thing. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a totally different
How
game.
competitive do those games get with you and the tennis crew?
Oh, my
I mean,
ladies.
yeah.
Let's see. We were out there Tuesday morning when it was sprinkling rain. We got in 3 sets of tennis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The tennis balls, by the time we finished with them, were soaking wet and nasty. And so were we.
Oh man,
Yeah, so,
Chris,
yeah,
I
it's
have
competitive.
you have to sell tickets to these events. Like I know people would come out to watch that. That sounds great. It sounds better than professional tennis, to be honest.
Well, they're fun to play with.
Yeah.
And they have a passion for it, as do I.
Yeah.
So it's they're fun ladies to play with.
Nice.
And so not only are we competitive on the tennis court, we are also competitive at the bridge table.
Man,
So,
oh man.
Yeah. So I play bridge with them as well, and they're all good bridge players. So it's fun.
Yeah, sounds like it. Boy.
Well, today is also National Pickleball Day.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll talk about that later because we do have some business to
Okay,
take care of
okay.
at the bottom
Sounds
of the
good.
hour. So we'll do that. And we'll get to our weather, which is brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Hello, I'm Stuart Wilborn, manager of the Bank of Charlotte County Loan Office in downtown Farmville. I invite you to call or come by and see me about your loan needs. Whether it's time to purchase investment property, build your dream house, expand your business, or purchase timberland or farmland, you will find old school personal assistance with attention to detail. Stop by our office at 216 North Main Street or call us at 391-1136. The Bank of Charlotte County, giving you more for your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, let's take a look at our WFLO forecast. And we don't have any rain in the forecast until maybe a chance next Tuesday. So let's talk about this. For today, we'll see partly sunny skies with a high of 79 degrees. Then tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 63. On Saturday, partly sunny, a little warmer, a high around 83 degrees. And Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of 63. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 85 degrees and a low of 64 and a mostly clear skies. Monday, we'll see mostly sunny skies, a high of 88. Now, you notice we're getting warmer by the day. Mostly partly cloudy on Monday night with a low of 68. And for Tuesday, we'll see mostly sunny skies, a 30% chance of some afternoon showers, a high around 89 degrees. And we'll take a look at our conditions. Our humidity is at 100%. Winds from the northeast around 9 miles per hour. Barometer 30.22 inches. It's rising just a little bit there. And our current temperature under partly sunny conditions is at 68 degrees. That is your weather forecast, brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County with branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Brookneal, and their loan office in downtown Farmville. Well, it is Friday, so we've got our birthday and anniversary calendar coming up for the next 3 days. It's brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC.
The law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, is located at 117 North Main Street in downtown Farmville. With deep roots in Farmville and our surrounding communities, Terry and her legal staff specialize in real estate law, wills and trusts, and business formations. Experience and professionalism are extended to every customer in every case. The needs and concerns of every customer are their primary focus. If you have legal needs, contact the law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, for a consultation at 434-392-1422.
All right, we got Noah situated there, and he's ready to roll with birthdays for today, tomorrow, and for Sunday as well.
Yes, indeed.
Take it away.
All right, Chris, so starting off with today, Friday, August 8th, we have Shelley Ward, Kay Lee Bryant, Becky Schreck, and 2 anniversaries. We have Mike and Sharon Hayes, and Lucas and Becca Jackson celebrating an anniversary today. And for the 9th, tomorrow, we have Grace Elizabeth Cook, Desiree Hughes, C. Scott Shorter, and 1 anniversary, Jack and Jackie Houghton, and for Sunday, we have Tammy Hines of Rice, Virginia, celebrating a birthday. We also have Matthew Guilford and David Avenson. So, yep, those are just some of the birthdays and anniversaries I have on the list.
Okay.
And it's going to conclude that.
All right. How did they get those names to us, Noah?
Thank you for asking. They
Yes.
can call in 434-394-0924. You can also email those to birthdays@wflo.net, or on our website. You can submit birthdays and anniversaries directly from our website. So just a couple of ways of getting those things on.
Okay, and of course, if you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary, whether we know it or not, we hope that your celebration for, today, tomorrow, or Sunday is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Maybe we have another birthday coming up. We'll see if we have this person on the air. Good morning on the Call Flow Show.
Good morning, Chris. This is Virgie. How are you today?
Hi, Virgie. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good.
May I put another birthday on?
Of course you can.
This is our daughter's birthday, Lisa Deason, D-I-E-S-E-N.
Okay.
And I won't tell you how old she is, but it's making me feel mighty old.
Well, okay. Lisa Deason.
Deason, yes.
And it's today. Where's she from again?
Pardon me?
Where's she from?
Farmville.
From Farmville.
We live
Okay.
in Cumberland County, but
Yeah.
address is Farmville.
All right. All right, Virgie. Thank you so much, and wish Lisa a happy birthday for us, okay?
All right, certainly will.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was Virgie. She's a regular listener, been a listener to WFLO for years and years and years.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Lisa Deason,
Mhm,
celebrating
Lisa
birthday.
Deason today from Farmville. So we've got 8:35 for a time, and it's talking about National Pickleball Day.
Yeah, so that's a sport that a lot of people play, especially if you're in the hip crowd, if you're in the in crowd. I don't know. I'm just making that up. But yeah, I don't understand it. It looks like tennis, but like a worser version of tennis.
Okay, all right.
So lay it on me, Chris. What?
It's a paddle, a popular paddle sport.
Okay.
It's between ping pong and
Yeah.
tennis or whatever, that continues to gain popularity. In the spirit of this new sport, they are sharing their curiosity and support for a game that is enjoyed by people of all ages. Pickleball combines tennis, badminton, and table tennis in one. If you've never played or witnessed a game of pickleball, think wiffle ball meets ping pong meets tennis. But don't let that description confuse you now. The ball used is similar to a wiffle ball, so it's plastic. While the racket is used is similar to a short tennis racket, only it's solid, like a ping pong paddle rather than webbed. Now, play happens on a court similar to that of a tennis court. Even though the game combines 3 separate games, it's fairly easy to play. 2 players each have a paddle, a plastic ball with holes, and a solid surface and a net, okay? And they either serve kosher or dill or sweet pickles on the side. I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm kidding.
I was gonna, but where does the name pickleball come from?
We're gonna
Okay,
get to that.
thank goodness.
I think we're going to get to that. Players of the game serve the ball back and forth, similar to a game of tennis. Players also determine points similar to those found in tennis. Now, pickleball has been around since 1965 and originates on Bainbridge Island, Washington. Friends Joel Pritchard, Bill Bell, and Barney McCallum were thinking of a way to keep their families entertained in the summer. After combining elements of badminton and table tennis, the trio created some equipment and made up a few rules. Interestingly, the hardest thing about the game was finding a name for it, okay? Legend says Joel's dog, Pickles, made a habit of chasing after the balls and hiding them. I don't blame him. No, just kidding. Anyway, one thing led to another, and the game became known as pickleball.
Wow.
Now, we're not sure how true this is, but it's a cute story, to share.
It's got to be one of the worst names for a game, pickleball. Like, just the name of it makes me not want to play it.
Right.
You know what I mean, though?
And if you do play it,
Yeah.
you are a pickler.
Yeah. Is that what they call them?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, a pickler. When a team scores 0 points in pickleball, the loss is known as being pickled.
I hate
I'm having so much fun. Some people eat mustard before playing pickleball to avoid getting leg cramps. I didn't know that. The non-volley zone in front of the pickleball net is called the kitchen. Okay? Mm-hmm. And a dink shot is the result of the ball landing in the kitchen. So if you do a dink shot, it's either you're going to drink a shot in a dink
Yeah.
or, a dink shot. Anyway,
Yeah.
Many people refer to pickleball as a sport, even though it is low impact, allowing people of all ages to play. The easiness of the game also allows retirement communities to offer it as an activity for seniors. Despite the sport being low impact, you can burn over 250 calories and take up to 7,000 steps during a 30-minute game.
Wow.
So there you go.
Yeah, wow. That is interesting.
Yes, and I have friends who play pickleball, and you've got to watch your shoulders and your movements, because you've got to be quick. Mm-hmm. And of course, in tennis, you got to be quick too, but at least you have time to set up for a shot, but not in pickleball. Good morning. You're on the Call Flow Show.
Good morning, picklers.
No, I'm not a pickler.
Oh.
Me
Now,
neither.
are you?
Nope.
Would you like to try it?
No, I would never. I hate this. I hate the name of it. It's so bad. And also, I've seen people play it. I'm sure. I see how other people can enjoy it, but for me, I it's one of those games that I despise on my off time, if that makes sense. Like, I'll think about it and I'm like, ooh, I hate that.
I have watched it on television, because they do have these tournaments and all. The scoring is weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's because you have to you have to call out 3 different scores.
Yeah.
And, I have to really get into that to study it if I was going to play it. But I'm not.
Yeah. Well, the scoring just kind of lets everybody on the court aware of what's happening.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But anyway, It's not anything that I would pick up. But
Wow.
yeah, we have played tennis beside some, or on the same courts
Oh,
as
as people
somebody's
playing
playing
pickleball.
pickleball, and they act like they're having a really good time. But when that plastic ball hits that paddle, it's clunk, or not really clunk. It's just it's a weird sound, and
Yes.
it's kind of disruptive for us tennis players. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's all right. It's up to you. And I'm sure if I tried to play it, or if I had somebody talk me into it, or offer me $1,000 to play, I probably would.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's not anything that I really. Even if it was called something else,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but not pickleball.
But I mean, you have to have better standards as a person to be playing a game called pickleball. Like, what are you doing? Like, really?
Like, where are the pickles?
Yeah.
Come on,
Wow. What if you just call it P-ball?
It's even worse.
That's worse.
That's worse.
Oh my gosh! Or how about something, or something as bad as like tennis?
No, I like tennis.
Tennis is a cool name.
Tennis,
Yeah.
tennis
Tennis is a
has
great. I'd name my child.
the classiness to it. There's
Yeah.
some classiness
Oh
to
my
it.
gosh.
But
I would name my child Tennis.
oh, you would?
It's a good
No,
name.
it is
It's a good name. I wouldn't name a child or a dog or
But
anything.
it'd probably be
pickle.
called 10.
Yeah.
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 It'd be the nickname 10.
Sure. That's good. That's actually that's kind of cool. That's like George from Seinfeld when he was like 7, or soda. And your kid's soda.
Yes,
Yeah.
I ran into a lady in town. She was her name was Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, why Tuesday? And I guess her parents were big fans of Skinner, Leonard Skinner.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember that song, Tuesday. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They must have
So
been.
yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, back in the day. Anyway.
But,
yeah.
I into the ghost thing. I called the library to register for that talk, the
Oh,
conversation.
yes. Yeah.
That was last night. They must have booked up really quick. There's like there's no room.
Oh.
You almost
okay.
have to call as soon as you see it posted.
Right. Yeah. Well,
But go ahead.
sorry you didn't get to, maybe they'll do another one. Maybe they'll have
Yeah,
another
she said they were
another
going to
session.
try to get some more. But I really want to do the belly dancing. No, I'm serious.
Oh, I just got a
But,
picture
yeah.
in my head with that. And,
So do I. Oh my gosh. But I got so I ran into a ghost, but I couldn't see a thing.
I'll bet.
Yes. So we have, this is true. We have a room in the house, and years ago, my dad had passed away in it, and then we moved my gal's parents down as they were getting to that age, and they both had passed in that room. And we have when people come to visit, there are people that won't sleep in there at all.
Why?
I don't know. I guess it's because I don't know, because somebody passed in it.
Oh.
But
But they did. Would they know that they passed in it?
who's that? Yes, yeah. Everybody knows.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
family, so everybody kind of knows what's
Yeah.
happening.
It's probably the right thing to do, because like I would want to like I would want somebody to tell me, hey, by the way, 3 people died in this room, so just so you know, that would be nice. It's a neighborly thing to do.
Oh, you think really?
I think so. I think it's just give somebody a heads up. I had a friend. I kind of tell this. I think I've told this story before. She does a better job at it. She went to somewhere down south, more south than here, and stayed at this like old farm or whatever. And it was her.
Was it a B&B or?
It was like a B&B. They were there for business. It was her and her husband, and then her friend, and I think her friend's husband. But anyways, they all went to sleep in this place, and it's like an old farm, and like they all had, they didn't discuss this until the morning, but like they all had similar dreams of being constrained and like tied to the bed. And come to find out, Chris, this is all true, by the way. I'm not making this up. The next morning, they were talking about like their dreams, and they all realized, hey, we're all having the same like dream. It's like a plot of a A24 film or something. Anyways, so they are talking about that, and they're like, this is really weird. This is really crazy. And like the next morning, the guy who's like running the Airbnb came by. It was like a smaller farm. Anyways. He was like, oh, by the way, the guy who used to like, own this land, used to like tie up his like slaves and like,
oh my gosh.
like, yeah. And they all had dreams
wow.
of being like tied and constrained, which is just like, it's so uncomfortable to think about. And they didn't even have it's not like they had the prior knowledge of that. They literally just had so what does that say about, I don't know. This is spooky. It's weird.
Yeah. So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are you done?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just, I didn't want to interrupt. But then, do you think it would be fair for, just say, if you're buying a house, there was somebody murdered here, or blah blah died, or checking into a hotel room, and they have a little star next to the rooms where maybe somebody had passed?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think people should just warn other people about, hey, by the way, this happened here. I mean, I want to know if somebody spilt like, I don't know. I just want to know everything about where I stay. Did somebody, spill olive oil on this floor right here in this corner? I don't know. I just want to know. I just want to know all the details. Anything, I can possibly know. I want to, have an idea. I want to have an idea if somebody broke a glass in a kitchen and I was like moving into that place, I would like to know, hey, by the way, I broke a glass like 2 weeks ago, so just be,
just be aware of a stripe,
if there's any
sliver or whatever.
Any little slivers. I want to be prepped, and I want to like literally have somebody give me a rundown of like the things, So yeah, I think it's fair.
Yeah. I had a house. I was living in a house that my daughter Laura, that was her bedroom. But that room was always cold, always. And she had some experiences in that bedroom as well when she was, a teenager and all. And of course, unfortunately, then she went away to school, to college and all. But she got to the point to where she didn't want to even go in there. And when I would go in to straighten up or run the vacuum cleaner or make up a bed or, do something in there, it was always cold. No matter what time of the year. Yeah. So that's weird.
Did you research to see if something happened in the house?
Apparently, the house was built on maybe an Indian burial ground of some kind or other.
Oh my goodness, Chris!
Wow.
So yeah.
No, would you buy a dream house? Your dream house if you found somebody was murdered in it?
I don't know. It just depends. It just depends. I think. How I would feel about that. If somebody was come up straightforward and said this and this and this, it would depend upon how much I really, really wanted it. It'd have to have a pool and a sauna and all kind of bowling alley and all that stuff. So yeah, probably not. I probably wouldn't buy it if I found out somebody been murdered in it or whatever.
Murder is different. Murder is like I feel like there's a much higher chance of things going wrong in the house after moving in. But if it's like natural causes, it's a little less. You know what I mean? So like not all death is bad. So like it just kind of depends on the situation, and also like you said, how you feel like being in the place. Maybe you don't get a bad vibe. That does happen too, but also on the other hand, there's been times where you're like, "This is not good."
This is not good.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, absolutely. Just it just depends. But it probably would be up to the realtor to say something.
Sure. Yeah. I would want to I totally believe in like going to the Catholic Church, getting a priest to come in, bless the house with holy, yeah, just some holy water on the door. I'm a firm believer of that. I think there's
blessing the house.
There's nothing wrong with it.
A lot of people do that. Come and bless this house before, before we move into it.
I wonder if there's any recourse with the agent that sells you the house and you find out that like 3 people were murdered in it, and you're like, you never told me that. And then there was a meth lab in the basement. And
I think that's actually it's a crime when you don't tell that there was like illegal activity, or there was like a certain things that a realtor, if they do not disclose it, they're like literally they're liable to be sued and like lose their license, which good for them if that happens. If you're like purposely withholding information that needs to be known, you should probably not be selling buildings to people.
Like a glass was broken in the kitchen floor.
Well, that's totally, but that's just a me preference. But
anyway, well, like if it was infested with bats or with roaches or something like that, that's almost as bad as the other. But I did live in a house that was called the Bat House.
Oof.
And had some strange things that went on in that house. Those were the days when you had those great big rollers, the ones that are about 3 inches, and the hair was long and all that kind of stuff. And your head never touched the pillow. It was always the rollers. I had a bat fly through one of those.
We threw the hole?
Through the hole.
Oh, man.
Chris. I did. Seriously, honestly.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Scared the living daylights out of me.
Yeah.
And what was they were in the closet, up in my closet. They had a way of getting in. So, but we fortunately
got out of there.
We got the bats eradicated. Let's put it that way. Good. Yeah. Anyway. My life as an Indian, yes. Anyway, so have you had any strange things happen?
No, unfortunately, and I keep expecting. I keep going to paranormal investigations and sitting there in the dark, hoping that something will touch me or pass by. But nope. I could just easily go back in the woods and sit in the dark. I'd probably be more afraid. It's like, I think the thrill is the discomfort you feel because you've watched so many scary movies. And you're just sitting there expecting whatever, Satan or Jason or Freddy.
Freddy. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like when you're expecting something to happen, it's a thing that happens naturally. You know what I mean? Like if you go to these things like hoping for one experience, I don't know. I don't want to say that never happens because some people hype themselves up so much that they believe that they felt something. They were like, "Oh, I experienced it too." However, I don't know. My best experience is just like going to a building. Not that even the building has to have a reputation of being haunted, but just going to a building that's old, has a lot of weird history, and just like I don't know.
The one you just moved into.
Yeah, just like I moved into, and the one that I moved out of too, like an old schoolhouse that was like dilapidated, and then they restored it. Why? It was falling apart, and now it's just in the middle of the night. It's like. And it's like, what's going on? Anyways, but I did spend a couple of nights years and years ago at my brother's house in Georgia that he moved. He's out of there now, but he moved into this house. And when they first moved into the house, we're obviously looking around, like being like, we're gonna check out everything. There was an attic, right? Like a little pull down, pull the string. This house wasn't lived in since the 70s. I want to say it was like for some reason I think it was like boarded up, and then somebody came in and restored some of it. And by restored I mean just like put some carpet down, like
maybe a little bit of paint.
A little paint, yeah, nothing too crazy. Probably fixed any electrical issues. Anyways, he looked in the attic, and he told me that there was like candles and like a Ouija board set up in like very like red wax that is melted from the candle and just like all over the floor almost, and just like weird. He was like, I just closed it up. I didn't even look any further, and I just like closed it up and never went back up. And anyways, I like spent a couple of nights at this house one time because I was down there for a trip. I mean, I like woke up a couple of times in the middle of the night just hearing like weird sounds like from, and again, it's an old house. I mean, how much is this just the house, or is it like another like spooky kind of? It could be both, you know.
Yeah,
but
could
like,
be a combination.
I mean, like rolling sounds, like rolling, like a dumbbell plate almost like rolling across wood, but from above me, you know, like just like something rolling on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah,
like I don't.
I just
But
got
like I was
chill.
like maybe somebody's up. Maybe somebody's like doing something upstairs, but it was like 2:00 in the morning. So, but you know,
yeah.
so I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of weird, you know. But FTC, I hope you get what you know. I hope you get one of these experiences. You're missing out a little bit. No, I'm kidding.
Well, the closest I come to a live one was I was on an investigation, and I started out alone early, and then I started just asking around, and we got hits over here and there, and if they get a lot of hits, I'm like, you guys mind if I tag along?
Yeah.
So I hooked up with some people that swore they got all kinds of hits, and we were walking down this corridor. It was maybe 5 of us. And there was a lady in the back that screams, and she's like, man, I just got scratched. And I'm like, yeah, right. So she lifts up the back of her shirt, and sure enough, there were some scratch marks on it. But were they put there by somebody else in the group just trying to get a rise out of everybody?
Yeah. How many people on those tours are paid actors? That's what I want to know. How many of those people are hired for a day of work just to do that? I don't know. I mean, I hope it was, you know, real. Obviously, that would be really cool. And not cool, but, you know, an interesting story. But, yeah, that's great. Wow, that is crazy. Chris.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There.
I haven't
Spooky.
had that type of an experience at all, but that would be rather spooky.
Absolutely, yeah.
And, you know, the thing of it is, too, these paranormal programs, are, a lot of them, you know, have to be staged.
Oh, 100%. That guy, Zach something, he's like the biggest perpetrator of all of this, like, fake. And by the way, anybody who sells you ghost equipment is totally making this up. I'm sorry, we're not living in Ghostbusters where there's like vacuums, but like, I mean, like literally, I hate these machines that look like landmines, and they're like, well, it tells if there's like ghosts nearby. It's the radio frequency of the intergalactic space force, and they're just like rattling off. I'm like, what manufacturer, what building are these coming from? You know,
Yeah.
like it's just all made up science. But like, I don't believe that these pieces of equipment can tell you where a ghost is, but I think you'll experience it naturally in your human body. I don't think you'll be able to just be like, let me set up my Ghost Catcher 3000 and put some AA batteries in there, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, we've got to go. This has been fun.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And you guys might want to pick it up next week as well. But have a wonderful weekend, FTC, and hopefully we'll hear from you next week, all right?
All right. I thank you guys for sharing the stage with me.
All right. Have
All
a good
right.
one. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. It's been fun.
It's been fun, Crystal.
Yes, it has.
I'll see you Wednesday then.
Next Wednesday,
All right.
I will be here.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, all right. Okay, it is time for us to leave. Everybody have a great remainder of your day and a wonderful weekend as well.
WFLO, AM 870, Farmville.